So, quite a bit went on today. And in all truthfulness, it wasn't a good day. It was a bad day, in fact. I guess I'll start with, like I've always told you, that warrior mentality, it come with a price. You know what I'm saying? It come with a cost. And you had to kind of pay that today. I know it was super difficult for, and there's a few things to consider, and I think that you should have learned from today. What I will say is that I knew, like, after y'all did all of I didn't really know when y'all was doing like the warm-ups and like the individuals, you know what I'm saying? But it's like once y'all started, right at the end of the individuals and y'all went into the one-on-ones, that's when I kind of knew like something wasn't right. And the lesson here is the fact that, like, I hope you learn why going skating the night before competition come back to bite you in the ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let that be a lesson learned that going forward. Never forget this experience and how things went today. How things went today. To never repeat that again, because you went out, you're having fun with your homeboys, and you wake up today and you got blisters on your damn feet. And now you got to go out here and expect it to compete at a high level. And you're not at your best self. All because of a decision that you made the night before. Now, I know that you didn't know that would happen, so I'm not going to put, I'm not going to lay the blame on you thick, but what I am laying on you is, you see how easily decisions that we make, how it can impact our tomorrow? Like the decisions you make today can impact tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So charge that to the game. Let that be a lesson learned that, you'll never do that again. Going forward, I mean, even if somebody close to you did have something with the skating ring, I ain't saying you couldn't go, but just don't do no skating. And, I didn't even think of it when you asked me to go. Like, in my mind, I didn't process, like, okay, he's about to go skating, but he could potentially get some blisters. My mind wasn't even thinking that way. Not to mention that you could have fell on your, just anything. Like, it was all around the board a bad decision on your behalf and mine. Skating is cool, you know what I'm saying? But if you got to compete on Saturday, what's today, Saturday? Yeah, you got to compete on Saturday. Man, if you got to skate, man, you got to get that out the way. Monday, Tuesday, maybe Wednesday at the latest, man. Thursday on up, bro. We locked in. You know what I'm saying? So just let that be a lesson learned. Never to do that again. What I do want to know is, at what point did it like really start affecting you to the point where, because I could just see it. I recorded all your reps, man. And I'm just like, this ain't it right here, bro. Like, he not moving like himself. He not getting out of his breaks. You gonna see, we'll watch the film again, man. And I'm gonna point out a couple of them to you where I'm just like, I know he gets out of that break hella faster than that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you have to like stomach and muscle through the situation. And I went through some serious, like, I'll let you answer that in a second, but I went through some, my mom was playing tricks on me for a good little minute there, bro, because I'm like, this is not what I expected, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, after the first rep, then the second rep, then the third rep, then the fourth rep, I'm like, he's just losing rep after rep. He's a step or two late. He's not coming out his breaks. He's not sprinting fast. And I'm like, I know this is kicking his ass, but in my mind, I'm thinking like, damn, what do I do? This is what I'm going through, the process that I'm going through in my head. Like, what do I do here? Like, I'm not sure. I just leave him in and just let him finish the day and just keep losing this way? Do I pull him? And then I'm wondering what you thinking, because I know as much of a competitor as you are, I know that it was bothering you to be going through that. So I'm just wondering, like, damn, what is he thinking? You know what I'm saying? I went through all kind of like head. I was questioning a lot. What were you thinking, bro?
me, well, to answer your question, when did I realize it started like hurting? That was really at the end of the position drills, like towards the end. Towards the end, that's when I started feeling it. I knew I had to go into one-on-ones with this. That was already playing in the back of my mind. But I mean, I was still trying to thug through it. I mean, like you said, I mean, the competitor I am, I'm not just going to back out. I mean, somebody was going to have to tell me to. I was just going to keep going. Win, lose, or draw, I was going to keep going. But, I mean, like you said, just use discretion and know, like, just don't think about the moment, like, think, like, down the line. Knowing that I had this big camp the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, what was that fun worth for
Right.
like a couple of hours, like now? Because, like, it didn't really do no good for me. For real. So yeah, I mean, it's really just a learning lesson for real. And I see how something so minor like skating can come back in a big moment like this, and not do me good. So
but just in general with football, oftentimes you're gonna play the game with like aches and pains. You can't get around that. But in this case, like, this was brought on by ourselves. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's the regular season and you're in week 6 and you're dealing with something. You can't get around that. But like, not just for you, but for myself, man. You know what I mean? I dropped the ball on this too because it just didn't register to me. Like, when you asked, like, could you go? I knew we had the camp, but I'm just like, shit, you might just go skating and shit. It didn't really register to me. What I do want to say is that I respect the heart in you to keep showing up, because I know a lot of kids would have tried to find a way out of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I say a lot of kids, I just mean in general. Like, when people know that they are at a disadvantage to some degree, but they know they got to go in there and they got to compete with dogs, like, they'll try to find a way up out of that. And I do want to just, give you some props for that, man, for not ducking and tucking your tail, because for one, your ass ain't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? But two, you kept showing up. In fact, I seen a couple of times where you was up there, stealing a couple of reps. But that's where I started playing the mind games with myself, because I'm like, I get what he's trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's great to be a warrior, but at the expense of taking more abuse. You know what I'm saying? That's really when you got the question, is it time to pull him? And I was thinking that, like, I think I got like 14 reps, 13 or 14 reps that I got. Like, it's like 13. And somewhere around like rep 3, well, that first one says like that third rep is when it really hit me, like, this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And rep 3, then rep 4, then 5, then 6, then 7. I'm just like, bro, I'm struggling at this point. But this whole time, when you went through rep 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going through my mind like, should I stop him? Should I just stop it? And then the thoughts that went through my mind at that point was like, damn, what's this gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I raised him to be a competitor. I raised him to be a warrior. If I pull him out now, what is that gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? What is that gonna tell him? What is it gonna make him think if I pull him out? But then if I let him stay, and then he just keeps losing these reps, I mean, I wasn't quite sure what to do. You know what I'm saying? I really didn't know. It's almost like boxing, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you in the corner. It was kind of hard for me to watch because, like, can you picture a dad is his son's trainer and he's in his corner and you watching him, get beat up. You know what I mean? You're going to fight in the ring, but, like, I'm talking about you taking a hell of punishment to the point where you somewhat can't even defend yourself. Like, you're going to have to figure out, like, do I need to throw this towel in? But it's that fine line of, like, do you see anything in him that could remotely convince you that he got a shot to, a fighter's chance? You know what I mean? That one punch to get dude up off of him and you get your second win. And that's what I was looking for, to be honest with you. I was looking for that moment where, like, you won the rep, a solid, good rep, and that adrenaline that would have came from that rep probably could have saw you through your next 2 or 3 reps. Because, at the end of the day, pain is pain, but when your adrenaline is pumping, man, that shit'll get you through some pain. You know what I'm saying? It'll get you through some pain. So that's the question that I was asking myself. But at the same time, I was like, bro, this shit not looking good. And that's why I ended up pulling you at the very end after the 13th rep, which I think you missed 2 reps. But that shit kind of bothered me, son. Not about the losing the reps, but about the fact that we're here to compete and we're not at our best self. And I didn't like it, man. You know what I mean? I really wanted you to have a really solid day today. You know, we prepared for this and it just didn't fall your way today. And you know, I mean, that's life though. It's a solid metaphor for life. You know, use that as some bulletin board material for life, man. That different things you're gonna have to do in life where you're not gonna be at your best self. You're gonna be dealing with some type of adversity within yourself, but yet you're still expected to do your job. You know what I'm saying? To the best of your ability. Now, even if this was like a real football game, you know, we'd have left you in there, but at some point, bro, I know you hurting the team. You weren't hurting the team today because this is one-on-one, so it's just you. But if this was a team game, like we was in an actual game, after that 3rd rep, maybe that 4th, 5th, 6th rep, somewhere around there, I know I'd have to take you out. Not necessarily for the blister, but just like if what was bothering you was causing you not to be able to perform and compete at your best self because you couldn't. And I'm like, fuck, man. So it's a lesson learned, man. It ain't the end of the world. You know what I mean? There'll be more. We got the Under Armour camp coming up, so that blister both of them will be gone well before then. And you know, you're going in, you just, you know, get back and make up for, you know, what you weren't able to do today. But I don't really want you to beat yourself up too bad about it. It's a part of the game that happens, and just learn from it, you know. So I mean, at the end of the day, what is your overall feeling about your performance, though?
I mean, I didn't perform good. I know that I didn't perform good, but I mean, like I said, it's over. I just learned a lesson. I learned more today than I actually really did. I learned. It was a big learning lesson today. It's gonna carry me on throughout life. Just know it's like cause and effect. Like you do something today, it might not hurt you for the rest of the day, but you know, and that's just like for this, but like this could be something for weeks and something for months. You know what I mean? Like you do something today, it's definitely gonna show up later. So yeah, just take it as a learning lesson and don't do it again forever.
All right, say no more, man. We're back at it though.